A few weeks ago, I made a video about Hide Time, an indie horror game that really stood out to me. At that point, I had only played the game in its initial release patch. While I already saw a lot of potential in it, I also noted some areas that needed improvement. Since then, however, there have been not one, but two major updates to the game. And today, I want to revisit Hide Time and take a deep dive into everything that's changed. We'll explore the new content, examine what's been improved or overhauled, and determine whether the game still lives up to the promise it showed us on launch. And by the way, this is a very impromptu video, and it probably seems like I made two videos in one day, but I'm not that quick. The Masquerade video I posted earlier was recorded weeks ago, but my glasses are still just as crooked. Sorry, Liana. Right off the bat, the most noticeable difference when replaying Hide Time is just how much smoother everything feels. The game's overall performance has significantly improved. Visuals are sharper and more refined, the audio quality is leagues better, and the player movement feels far more responsive and polished. These technical upgrades alone are a huge win, especially considering my biggest critique of the original version was how clunky it felt. It's clear that the developer listened closely to player feedback and put in the work to elevate the game's overall quality. Alongside those performance improvements, there have been a ton of smaller but still meaningful additions, including new game locations to explore, upgraded artwork and posters scattered throughout the environment, brand new voice lines that bring even more atmosphere to the experience, an updated logo, UI refinements, and even a few secrets that make the game feel more cohesive and immersive. Now, beyond those technical and aesthetic changes, there have been three major new features that I absolutely love, and they each add something unique to the gameplay experience. First up, a new side activity has been added. If you head down to the lake, you can now skip rocks across the water. On the surface, this may not seem like a game-changing feature, but personally, I think it has a charming little touch. It's peaceful, it adds to the world building, and it's the kind of detail that makes a game feel more handcrafted. It doesn't serve a mechanical purpose, but that's exactly why I like it. It's just nice. The second big feature is one that I'm honestly a little proud of, because it was indirectly inspired by me. For those of you who don't know, shortly after Hide Time was first released, I created an official leaderboard for the game on speedrun.com. The developer noticed this, and in response, they added a new mechanic designed specifically with speedrunners in mind. Scattered throughout the map, there are now hidden coffee pots that give you a temporary speed boost when found. This feature adds a layer of strategy and exploration for runners that makes attempts feel more dynamic. As someone who loves seeing developers embrace the speedrunning community, I was genuinely thrilled to see this update. And finally, my absolute favorite addition, collectibles. This is something that I actually helped brainstorm with the developer over the past few weeks. After a lot of back and forth, the idea was finally implemented in the most recent update. There are now 5 hidden collectibles located throughout the building. You can keep track of the ones you found by pressing C in-game, which, fun fact, was another one of my suggestions that made it into the final build. Now, I'm not bringing up the fact that I helped with this update just to brag. I'm saying this to spotlight how responsive and community-driven this developer truly is. The fact that he not only listened to player feedback, but also actively worked to incorporate it into the game is something I deeply respect. It's rare to find a developer who's so open to engaging with their community and genuinely improving their game based on that dialogue. So if you haven't already, I highly encourage you to check out and support Oski29, the developer of Hide Time. I've included links to all of his socials and ways to reach him down in the description. He deserves every bit of recognition for the work he's put into evolving this game. But don't get me wrong, it wasn't just him. This game could not have been created without the help of the entire Midnight Games team, so I thank all of them for how much work they've put into this game. Let me know in the comments if you've tried the new updates, or if you plan to play Hide Time for the first time. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and thank you all so much for watching.